decided to do a video on emotional spillover in infertility and can it last a lifetime. And this is something I've been reflecting on for the last few days. So I wanted to make my mind clear before I did a video on this subject. But first, what is emotional spillover? Emotional spillover is basically you go through a situation, it happens to everyone, and an emotion is triggered inside you. So you might encounter someone or something might happen to you and you might get either happy, sad, upset, whatever. So an emotion is triggered by something that happened to you, and you go on to meet someone else or experience another event in your life, and that emotion was transferred into that second event that has nothing to do with the first one. So emotional spillover is basically you go through an event and an emotion is triggered in you, either good or bad, happy, sad, anger. Anyway, you go through an emotion and you go to a second event that is completely unrelated and you transfer that emotion over. It has happened to all of us. Maybe you got upset with someone and you go and meet someone else and you are still upset, and you let that upsetness and that anger affect that second situation that has nothing to do with the first one. So I have been reflecting on it, because they say even a bad or a good emotion can have an impact for days. So, and as we know, when we have infertility, the initial thing that happens is denial. We cannot make sense of what's happening in our lives. And then of course there's anger, there's sadness, there's depression, there's resentment, there's envy towards other people that are having it in a way that we thought we would sometime. And this is the natural process of grieving. So it's natural to feel all these emotions. But as I've come to realize with people I've coached and people, and of course myself, infertility affects you for life. So can and will emotional spillover happen in infertility? It will happen for life. So once you are diagnosed with infertility, you are changed. It's a moment that changes your life forever. So your emotions that are triggered on that day of diagnosis will affect you the rest of your life. You just simply don't get over infertility. You don't get over it. You can cope with it. You can learn how to live with it, and you can reach acceptance, and you can reach a very meaningful life, but you just simply don't get over it. So does emotional spillover last a lifetime? My belief is yes, it does. It will last a lifetime. Question number 2, we can choose the emotions that will spill over to the rest of our lives. So sometimes we are stuck in that process of grief. So the emotions that are spilling over to the rest of our life, into our experiences, are bad emotions. So that anger, that sadness, that grief is spilling over to the rest of our lives. But if we are able to transform our tragic circumstance into a triumph, we can spill over to the rest of our lives instead an emotion of strength, of feeling empowered. And that is something very good to spill over to the rest of our lives. So, will infertility make you have emotions that will affect you forever? Yes, it will. Does it have to be bad? No, it doesn't have to be bad. So that is a very important question, because when you are feeling sad or depressed because something bad has happened to you, that is a natural process of healing. It doesn't mean that you are that you need psychological support at all. It's natural, and it's good that you are having those feelings and you need to acknowledge them. But when those feelings are lasting a lifetime, when those feelings are keeping you from achieving other goals that you have in life, when you spend most of your day either at home thinking about those things and not spending time with friends or achieving other goals in life, that's when you need to ask for help, so that the emotional spillover that you have towards the rest of your life is positive, so you can reach a meaningful life despite of what has happened to you. I hope this has made it a little bit clear. I will write a bigger post on it because I think it's very useful, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love.